really depend on what I'm doing and where I'm going. If I'm traveling for business, I need a room close to my meeting. If I'm traveling for leisure, I want to be close to restaurants and local tourist sites. Guests' needs and wants depend on a variety of things, and we can reflect these by creating guest segments, which we then use to anticipate demand, feed into our forecast, and underpin our pricing. So what is segmentation and how do you do it? We segment a market by separating it into different guest types so that we can market independently to each. Understanding who your potential consumers are and when they make purchase decisions will allow you to tailor marketing and create independent pricing strategies for specific market segments. Poor segmentation means diluted business, while great segmentation creates greater profit by optimizing business mix every day. Let's see how that works. First, separate guest segments into groups and individuals. This is simply because groups behave differently, so we treat them differently. More on that later. Segmentation is split into why, what, when, and how much a customer buys. To begin segmenting, you want to think about the reason why a guest would stay at a hotel, and if you can match what they need. Is it business, leisure, or a special event? Understanding why will help you to understand what they are looking for. Let's look at an example of an upcoming popular football match. There will be a variety of fans travelling who need rooms. So why they all need rooms is the same, but what they're looking for will be different. One fan may be meeting up with a mate. Another fan may be a dad travelling with his child as a treat, or it could be a family. Each will have different needs during their stay. When you know what guests' needs are, you can create profiles and promote and attract them, plus identify other similar potential customers, so over time you can extend your market reach. So now we know the why and what. How about the when? We know that when our football fans are coming to stay, we'll be dealing with a high demand day. But what about other guest segments? Those for business or leisure travellers who aren't football fans. Tracking when people book, when they stay and how long they stay for gives an insight into booking windows and stay patterns, which you can use to inform forecasting, marketing and pricing strategies. Finally, you need to understand how much and how often. Who are your regular return guests and how do they behave? In the case of our football fans, it's unlikely a specific fan will be a regular, but the segment is likely to deliver repeat business at an easy to identify time since you know the match dates. Other segments, such as corporate travellers, are more likely to return if you consistently meet their needs and expectations. Understanding loyalty and frequency in each segment allows you to forecast demand and plan ahead. As you get better at identifying your guest types, you'll get finer precision, but it's important to balance the cost required to pursue these markets. It may not be practical or technically possible to create and market to smaller segments. So standardise characteristics for each to maintain focus and efficiency. Another segment we referenced earlier is groups. Groups can make or break your occupancy, and for many hotels, groups represent the base business needed to then optimise revenues from other segments. We need to treat groups differently because if a group cancels close to arrival, it represents a much higher risk to the hotel. You simply won't have time to resell the rooms. You can mitigate this risk by creating terms and conditions to compensate you in case of cancellation, prepayment for example. Groups also behave differently due to group wash, where the rooms required decreases from what you agreed. It can be tricky to predict final group numbers, irrespective of prepayment, but consistently tracking group behaviour can help you forecast trends. The guest segmentation you achieve on any one day of arrival defines your business mix, the volume and type of guests that book for any arrival date. How you manage that business mix, who you accept and who you deny, will define how much money you make on any one day. Now, segment your guests into different guest types based on why they stay and put tracking in place to recognise their stay patterns and booking windows. Use this data to support your pricing strategies and inform your forecasting. Lastly, here are 3 key points to remember about segmentation. Segmentation is identifying different guest types so that you can price and market independently based on demand. Segmentation can be split into the why, what, when, and how much a customer buys. And great segmentation creates greater profit by selecting segments that generate better revenue.